Hello and good evening, students. Welcome in our history class. Today I'll continue class 9 history chapter 1, the French Revolution. Now in our previous class I have already discussed about the struggle to survive, that topic, and an educated middle class envisages an end to privileges. Now today's topic, the outbreak of the revolution. So let's start. Okay, so here you'll see the outbreak of the French Revolution. How French Revolution it start. Okay, how it started. So first of all, you'll see here, children, as we have already studied that how Louis XVI planned to impose further taxes to meet the expenses of the state, as the treasury of the France was totally empty. But Louis XVI could not impose the taxes without the meeting of States General. Now, what was States General? States General was a political body to which the three states sent their representative. Okay, States General was a political body to which the three states sent their representative. Clear? Okay. Now, here you'll see, so the king, what happened after that? King have the power to call the meeting, okay? King have the power to call the meeting of States General, and the last meeting was called in 1614, okay? Now next, see, on 5th May 1789, Louis XVI called a meeting of States General, and in this meeting he introduced a proposal for new taxes. And there were 300 representative. Okay, you'll see here there were 300 representative, okay, from first state and 300 representative from second state, as well as 600 representatives were there from the third state. Okay, and only educated, prosperous and wealthy people, they could attend the meeting, not the peasants, workers and the women from the third state. And they were denied entry, they were not allowed to the assembly. And there were 40,000 letters which the representatives had brought with them, and demands and complaints were written in those letters as they were treated badly or unfairly. Okay, so they had brought with them 40,000 letters. Okay, next, voting in the States General in the past had been conducted according to the principle that each state had one vote. That means first state had one vote, second state had one vote, and third state will have one vote. But the population of third state was more. Okay, that is 600 representative, you can see here, whereas first state had only 300 representative and second state had 300 representative. Now if the system was like that, each member would have one vote, then the majority, whose majority will be there? Yes, it's the third state, cause 600 representative alone. Okay, but here children, the system was totally opposite. Here each state had one vote, means the number of people were more in third state, but they were getting only one vote. So they demanded for equal voting rights. That is, each member would have one vote, as they were being discriminated and partiality was going on there. Okay, but King Louis XVI totally rejected. Okay, King Louis XVI totally rejected their proposal. And after that, what happened? The members of third state, they walked out of the assembly in protest. Okay, in protest they walked out of the meeting. And this was a mistake done by the king, as he rejected the proposal, because the people were aware now of their rights, as they were inspired by the thoughts and ideas of the philosophers. Okay, like how to protest for our own rights. Now the third state people, they came out of the assembly and they assembled, mean together. Okay, they joined in the hall of an indoor tennis court. Okay, not to play tennis, children, but to protest. Okay, you can see here indoor tennis court. In this place they have gathered together. Okay, they assembled, and how they will protest. Okay, but to protest they had chosen this place, and they formed National Assembly. Okay, it was a body which was formed by the third state people. Now they form a National Assembly. Okay, National Assembly was a body, political body, to which was formed by the third state people or the group together, and they swore or they took oath not to leave the place till they had drafted a constitution for France. Why they wanted to draft a constitution for France? So that the king would rule according to this newly formed constitution, not according to his own will or own wish. Clear? Now it will, this newly elected, this constitution, it will limit the powers of the king, and it will limit the powers of the king, and also now the king will be under the rule of the constitution. Okay, under the rule of the constitution. So in this way the powers of the king will be under control, and so they took the oath to form or draft a new constitution for France. Okay, and you will also see, children, some philosopher like Rousseau. Okay, he had written a book like The Social Contract. Okay, and he put the ideas, okay, that each member should have one vote, whereas other philosophers are also here, okay, who had spread these ideas, okay, so that the people will become aware of their rights. And next you will see, now this is the third state members. They were supported by two people, Mirabeau and Abyssius. Okay, these were the two persons. And Mirabeau was born in a noble family. He had the power to oppose the third state people, but he supported the third state people. He too believed that the feudal system which was prevailing during that time was wrong, and injustice was being done to the third state people. So being from a noble family, he supported the third state people, and he believed in equal political rights. He led the National Assembly and helped the third state people to form or draft a new constitution for France. Okay, now Abyssius, who was this person? Let's see. Abyssius, you'll see, he was a priest and he belonged to the clergy group. Okay, he too supported the third state people, and in this way both Mirabeau and Abyssius, they supported the third state people to draft the new constitution for France. Abyssius wrote a pamphlet, a book called What is Third State? Okay, you will remember this. What is third state? It was written by Abyssius. Okay, it was a pamphlet. Okay, now here he wrote about that what is third state and why equal rights should be given to the third state. Okay, now children, what happened after that in the society? While the National Assembly was busy at Versailles drafting a constitution, the rest of the Europe was, seized with turmoil. Okay, turmoil. That means instability. Okay, turmoil means here instability. A state of disturbance was there in France. Okay. So during that time, children, subsistence crisis occurred. Okay, that means harsh winter was there, poor harvest due to bad weather, and due to which food crisis in the country took place, and bakery shops, there were fight and violence among the people for food. Those who were rich and wealthy and have power, they hoarded the food grains, okay, and they collected and stored. And if problem of food crisis will arise, So what happened? The angry mobs, men and women, they attacked the shops. And so the country was in a worse situation. Food crisis was going on. People were fighting among themselves and attacked the shops. And the shopkeepers were hoarding the food grains. They were hiding, the food grains. That is, they were collecting and storing the food grains underground. Now the king ordered the troops or the soldiers to control the situation. Now remember children, we have read the story, means in the very first page, that why King Louis XVI, he ordered his troops or soldiers to move into the city of Paris. Okay, that is on 14 July 1789. So yes, now you understood why he sent his troops or soldiers. It's related from that only. Okay. And after that, what happened? So to control the situation, Louis XVI sent his troops or soldiers, as food crisis was going on in the country and the people were fighting and whole country was in a bad situation. But as the people saw the soldiers, they thought that the king had sent them to attack the people. So what the people did? Due to anger and agitation, people attacked and destroyed the Bastille prison. Now it's clear why people destroyed the Bastille prison. Yes, and rumors were spread from villages. Okay, next you'll see here, rumors spread in the villages. Okay, that the lords of manor, okay, that is the rich landlords, okay, rich landlord, you'll see here, they had hired bands of brigands who were on their way to destroy their ripe crops, okay, of the peasants. So caught in a frenzy of fear, the peasants in several districts, they seized the hoes and pitchforks and they attacked the Chatuaks, okay. And okay, what is the meaning of it? You'll see here, children. Chatuaks, you'll see, it means a type of castle or stately residence which is belonging to a king or a nobleman. Okay, manor means here, and state which is belonging or consisting of the lord's land and his mansion. Okay, just like house. So they looted. Okay, in fear and also in anger. What happened? After the spread of this rumor that Manor had hired his band of brigands who were on their way to destroy the ripe crops. So in this fear, the peasants, means the farmers, what they did, they attacked the houses of those manor. And also they looted the hoarded grains, okay, that food grains which were hidden, and they burned down the documents which contains record of manorial dues, okay, that's the taxes, due taxes. A large number of nobles, they fled from their homes because of fear, because the peasants are going to attack them. So in fear, the nobles, rich nobles, they fled from their homes, and many of them migrated to the neighboring countries, okay. So this thing happened that time, okay. After that, you will see, children, what happened. The whole country was in the mood of revolt, okay. As you see here, not only in the countryside but in the cities also, this type of protest was going on among the people. People were, they were totally agitated by the system and also by the government, okay, by the king. So at last what happened? King Louis XVI, he recognized National Assembly, means finally he recognized National Assembly, okay, finally recognition of National Assembly. And also he accepted that from now he had no other option left, so he had to accept the constitution. Now as National Assembly came to power on 14 July 1789, okay. So as you see, on the night of 4th August 1789, the Assembly passed a decree abolishing the feudal system of obligation and taxes, okay. So National Assembly, when it came to power, powers were taken away from the clergy, and tiths were totally abolished, the taxes, okay, which was collected by the first state, that is the clergy, and also the land of the church, it was totally seized, okay, or taken away, and the member of the clergy were forced to give up their privileges, whatever advantages they were enjoying, they were getting by birth, okay. So they have to give away all those things. Okay, so this thing happened on the night of 4th August 1789. Okay, after the National Assembly came to power, means when Louis XVI finally recognized the National Assembly. Okay, when he finally accepted the constitution. Okay, so this thing happened. So this is clear, children. This thing is clear. I hope all of you have understood. So children, these were the changes which took place in the society after the National Assembly was recognized by King Louis XVI. So in our next video, we will discuss what happened to King Louis XVI and how France becomes a constitutional monarchy. Okay, this topic will continue in our upcoming video. So until then, thank you children for watching the video and study well. Thank you all.